I saw the headline, and I went back to it without reading the article after seeing the headline again, and it still hasn't sunk in. Doc Emrick is retiring from his broadcasting career. The voice of the NHL announced that he will retire. He's 74 years of age, and I hope he's in good health. I know he's had some eyesight issues, and had the opportunity to be around him quite a bit at the Olympics, and it was just fun to be around him and just listen to him. He's one of those, Al Michaels. Imagine this. You go to the Olympics. I got Doc Emrick and I got Al Michaels. And I would go to dinner with Al Michaels quite a bit. I remember having lunch with Doc Emrick one day, and you just sit there and listen. Like, if you're smart, you don't say anything. And the same with Al Michaels. Like, I've been so fortunate to be around these voices, but to grow up with these voices. When you think, like, some of the landmark voices in sports, and I know we get into who's the best play-by-play voice. Al Michaels will tell you that Doc Emrick is. Hockey is so difficult. It's complex. There's so many names, and to be able to see this, and Doc having some eyesight issues. I know that when we were in the Olympics and he was doing water polo, and he had a hard time differentiating the number 3 and number 8 when somebody would have the number on their cap in water polo. But he made a game better, no matter what the game was. Because a lot of times, when you're tuning in, you're going to have your best people do the best games. It's when the game is not a great game, but that voice is still there to accompany you. And that's something that he did. And he made non-hockey fans feel welcome when they listen to him. Like, the greatest compliment I can probably give him is he didn't talk down to you. He wanted to talk with you. And he wanted to let you know what was going on. And his vocabulary is second to none when it came to play-by-play. But we'll reach out to him and love to have him on. But earned his PhD and that nickname in broadcasting while at Bowling Green. Doc Emrick. Yeah, Paul.
A few years ago during the Olympics, someone on the Twitter was watching USA versus Canada, and they wrote down every word that Doc Emrick used for pass, like lays the pass down, lays the puck down, flew, cleared, chopped. He used 70 different words in lieu of just pass because there's so many passes during a game. And it's fascinating because he does them spotlessly. And I think that's what's fascinating for a casual hockey fan is to hear Doc Emrick do the sport so clean and almost never have a flub because it goes so fast.
And he's such a gentle man when you're around him. Like, he always looks for the good in his sport. And, he's a deacon in the church, but he would just, he is, I shouldn't speak past tense, but he is a national treasure. Yes,
He once said, speaking of his vocabulary, he said something like, once I was watching a game, and he's like, so-and-so shuttles the ball up to this guy who jimmies it over to the side. You're like,
yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And he did baseball. He loved the Pirates. He got to do that. But it was always a treat to listen to him. But to be around him and call him a friend, far more rewarding. It really was. But announcing that he's going to step down, and that's a big loss for the NHL and also NBC.